I am very excited to have with me tonight Tom Mesereau, criminal defense attorney, famous, of course, for his successful defense of Michael Jackson on child molestation charges. There have been commonalities cited between that trial and this, but the big difference, Tom, is that you got your client completely acquitted, and this defendant, Jerry Sandusky, went down. There was only 3 charges that he wasn't found guilty of. I was listening to you talk the other day where you said, don't take this conviction for granted. So what are your thoughts now after we have this overwhelming victory by prosecutors?
Well, clearly the jury saw no way to go otherwise. I mean, it seems to me that they probably should have spent a longer period of time, I would think, with that many counts, but they seemed as if they came to their own conclusions very, very quickly. And it sounds like the prosecutors got a jump on them right away, and I don't think the defense ever really caught up to them. In the Michael Jackson trial, my attitude was we have to really come out swinging right away, take some momentum from the prosecution, or we're never going to catch up. And fortunately, it worked for us, but obviously it didn't work for Mr. Sandusky. Well,
I've always said, if I'm ever in trouble, I'm calling Tom Mesereau, because I think you were... I watched you in that courtroom, and you were brilliant. You took a case that was an open and shut case against that everybody said, and you won completely. Now, the likely basis of an appeal in the Sandusky case is ineffective assistance of counsel and the rush to have a speedy trial. Let's listen to the defense attorney, Joe Amendola.
Stay tuned. Come on, it's like a soap. You have to wait and see.
Thank you.
If you know the answers, it takes all the excitement out of it.
Days of our lives? Which one do you equate to?
I think it's General Hospital.
General Hospital, okay.
Actually, it could be all my children.
Tom Mesereau, there's the defense attorney joking about how this trial is like all my children. I think if they wanted to get a successful appeal, maybe they should play that clip of this attorney who's kind of a goofball joking about a child molestation trial being like all my children.
Well, I think the comments are very inappropriate. They surprise me. But they don't surprise me as much as the comments while the jury was deliberating where he apparently said, I'll be shocked if there's an acquittal and I'll have a heart attack if there's an acquittal. I've never heard of a defense lawyer make remarks like that. They seem very inappropriate to me.
Why do you think that there was such a different result in this case than in your case? Again, it's child molestation. There are a number of accusers in both cases. There were very similar kinds of situations where people accused Michael Jackson of luring kids using Neverland. In this case, it was the Second Mile and Penn State in the football program. So many commonalities, and yet the verdicts couldn't be more different.
Well, you know, Jane, we did have time to investigate. We investigated the backgrounds of every single prosecution witness we could think of. We found all sorts of information that we used to attack their credibility and their motives. And it may be that the defense in the Sandusky case needed a lot more time. I gather they filed a motion asking to be relieved, and I think the motion was filed under seal. And I suspect that motion talks about a lot of the things they wanted to do and couldn't do because they were setting it up for appeal if he was convicted. So they may have a point. I don't know. Under the Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution, every criminal defendant has a right to effective assistance of counsel at every stage of the proceeding, pretrial and trial. So we'll see what happens on appeal.
You really think there's a chance for a successful appeal here, Tom?
I don't think, based on what little I know, and I'm in California, I was not in that courtroom, I don't think there's much of a chance on appeal. Remember, an appeal is based on the transcript alone. You don't bring in new evidence on appeal. But if the appeals don't work, you have what is called a habeas proceeding where the defense can bring in new evidence that wasn't there or wasn't introduced effectively. And I suspect they're continuing their investigation and they're trying to find witnesses who they would like to have called to impeach the credibility of these accusers. So you never know what's going to happen in the future.
Well, Tom, it is always a delight talking to you. And I know that you're going to be talking Sandusky with Dr. Drew tonight at 9, so I'll be hanging around. I hope our viewers do as well to watch it. Always great to talk to you, Tom.
Thanks for having me, Jane. I appreciate it.